Hello and welcome back to another Top Korean Movies video by EonTalk. Before, I had a video titled Top Korean Movies by Ratings where we looked at the top 20 Korean films by the combined scores of audience and critics ratings. Following that video, some of you requested a video on just the critics rating, and so today I have prepared just that. Today's video will be on Top Korean Movies by critics ratings. Before going into the video, I'd like to clarify the criteria that I used to rank the movies. First, I looked at the list of top Korean movies from the Korean Film Council, and amongst those, I looked up the critics scores on Naver, the Korean search engine. After compiling the data for the critics scores, I made the list of the top Korean movies by the critics ratings. Older films that did not have critics scores on Naver were not included in this list, such as My Sassy Girl, A Bittersweet Life, A Moment to Remember, etc. etc. Now then, that being said, let's get right into the reveal of the top 30 list. Coming in at number 30 was the action drama released in 2017, Steel Rain. Directed by Yang Woo-seok, who also directed The Attorney and the upcoming sequel to Steel Rain, Some is Steel Rain, this movie starred the likes of Chung Woo-sung, Kwak Do-won, Kim Gap-soo, Kim Hee-sung, Lee Kyung-young, and Cho Woo-jin. I featured this video on my best Korean action movies as well. The critics score of Steel Rain was 7.18. At number 29 was the Korean romance melodrama released in 2012, Architecture 101. Architecture 101 was directed by Lee Yong-ju, who also did Possessed, and I featured this video recently in my best Korean romance movies video. The cast lineup includes Tae-eung, Han Ga-in, Lee Jae-eun, Soo-ji, Jo Jung-seok, and Yoo Yeon-seok. The critics rating of Architecture 101 was 7.19. Number 28 was the 2016 movie titled Tunnel. Tunnel, being directed by Kim Sung-hoon, the director of A Hard Day, starred the cast of Ha Jung-woo, Bae Doo-na, Oh Dal-soo, Park Hyuk-kwon, and Nam Ji-yeon. Tunnel's critics rating was 7.21. Coming in at number 27 was one of my all-time favorite Korean movies, New World. New World was the movie that really got me into Korean films and was directed by Park Hoon-jung, who's responsible for other great works such as The Witch Part 1, The Subversion, VIP, and The Tiger. The film starred the amazing actors Lee Jung-jae, Choi Min-sik, Hwang Jung-min, Park Sung-woong, and Song Ji-hyo. The rating by critics of New World was 7.22. At number 26 was the action comedy released last year that I highly enjoyed, Exit. Directed by Lee Sang-geun, Exit was able to make me laugh out loud while also keeping me at the edge of my seat. I have a review of the film, so be sure to check it out if you're interested. I'll link all reviews in the descriptions down below. The movie starred the likes of Jo Jung-seok, Yoona of Girls' Generation, Kang Gi-young, Go Do-shim, Park In-wan, and Kim Ji-young. The critic score of Exit was 7.23. Next, the number 25 spot goes to the 2017 film I Can Speak. I Can Speak was directed by Kim Hyun-seok, who also directed Seshibong, 11 AM, Serrano Agency, and Scout, and this movie is a film you can't judge by the trailers or posters. I featured I Can Speak in my most underrated Korean movies video, and the cast lineup includes Na Moon-hee, Lee Jae-hoon, Park Chul-min, Yeon Mi-ran, Lee Sang-hee, Lee Ji-hoon, Jung Yeon-ju, and Kim So-jin. The critics rating of the film was 7.25. Number 24 was the Korean historical drama released back in 2012, Masquerade. Directed by Chu Chang-min, the director of other movies such as 7 Years of Night, I Love You, and Lost in Love, Masquerade had great acting performances by Lee Byung-hun, Ryu Seung-ryong, Han Hyo-ju, Kim In-kwon, Chang Gwang, and Kim In-kyung. The film was not only a great Korean historical drama, but also had many humorous scenes that kept it from being too serious. The critic score of Masquerade was 7.27. The number 23 movie was the 2011 war movie, The Front Line. The director of The Front Line was Chang-un, who also did Secret Reunion, A Taxi Driver, and Rough Cut, and featured the actors Shin Ha-gyun, Go Soo, Lee Jae-hoon, Ryu Sung-soo, Go Chang-seok, Lee Da-wi, Ryu Seung-ryong, and Kim Ok-bin. The critics rating was 7.34. The number 22 spot was the 2013 drama film, The Attorney. Yang Woo-seok, who was mentioned earlier for directing Steel Rain, was the director of this film, and the list of cast members includes Song Kang-ho, Kim Young-hae, Oh Dal-soo, Kwak Do-won, and Im Si-wan. The critic score of The Attorney was 7.43. At number 21 was another 2013 film titled Hope. Directed by Lee Jun-ik, who's responsible for other directorial works such as The Throne, Dongju, The Portrait of a Poet, Happy Life, Radio Star, and King and the Clown, Hope had the actors and actresses 설경구, 엄지원, 이래, 김혜숙, and Kim Sang-ho. The critics' rating of Hope was 7.46. The next 5 movies were tied for the number 16 spot, all with the same critic score of 7.5. First, the 2017 film The Fortress, directed by Hwang Dong-hyuk, who also did Miss Granny, Silenced, and My Father. The Fortress starred Lee Byung-hun, Kim Yoon-suk, Park Hae-il, Go Soo, and Park Hee-sun. The other movie tied for the number 16 spot was the 2012 film that was one of the best crime Korean movies, Nameless Gangster, Rules of Time. Directed by Yoon Jong-bin, the director of The Spy Gone North, Gundo, Age of Rampant, and Beastie Boys, Nameless Gangster starred Choi Min-sik, Ha Jung-woo, Jo Ji-nung, Don Lee aka Ma Dong-seok, Park Do-won, and Kim Sung-gyun. The third film tied at number 16 was the 2008 Korean thriller, The Chaser. The Chaser was directed by Na Hong-jin, who's responsible for The Yellow Sea and The Wailing, and I included this film in my Best Korean Thrillers video as this is one of the most suspenseful movies of Korean cinema. The Chaser starred Kim Yoon-suk, Ha Jung-woo, and Seo Young-hee. Next, the 2016 film The Age of Shadows was another movie tied at the number 16 spot. Directed by the amazing Kim Ji-yoon, who also has other incredible films under his name, such as I Saw the Devil, The Good, the Bad, the Weird, A Bittersweet Life, A Tale of Two Sisters, and the not-so-good Illang, The Wolf Brigade. The Age of Shadows had the actors Song Kang-ho, Kong Yu, Han Ji-min, and Tae-gu. And finally, the last movie tied for the number 16 spot with the critic score of 7.5 was the 2015 film Veteran. Veteran was directed by Ryu Seung-wan, who you'll see come up several more times on this list, also directed The Berlin Fire, The Battleship Island, Crying Fist, and The Unjust. The cast lineup included the incredible actors Hwang Jung-min, Yoo Ah-in, Yoo Hae-jin, Oh Dal-soo, and Chang Yun-ju. Going into the number 15 position, the number 15 movie was the 2015 film The Throne. Directed by Lee Jun-ik, who was mentioned earlier for directing Hope, The Throne starred the likes of Song Kang-ho, Yoo Ah-in, Moon Geun-young, Jeon Hae-jin, Kim Hae-suk, Park Won-sang, Jin Ji-hee, Park So-dam, and Seo Ye-jin. The critics' rating of The Throne was 7.54. Next, the number 14 movie was the 2010 film Secret Reunion. Being directed by Chang-un, the director of the earlier mentioned The Front Line, Secret Reunion had the actors Song Kang-ho, Kang Dong-won, Jung Kook-hwan, and Park Hyuk-kwon. The critics' rating was 7.55. Moving along to the number 13 spot, the 2012 movie Unbowed took the number 13 position. Unbowed was directed by Chung Ji-young, the director of Black Money, Blackjack, and National Security, and starred the likes of An Sung-gi, Park Won-sang, Na Young-hee, and Kim Ji-ho. Unbowed had a critics' rating of 7.61. The number 12 movie was a beautifully shot film released in 2016, The Handmaiden. The Handmaiden was directed by one of the most famous directors of Korean cinema, Park Chan-wook. Park Chan-wook's other works includes the likes of Old Boy, Thirst, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, and Joint Security Area. As mentioned, The Handmaiden was a very beautifully shot movie and starred the great actors Kim Min-hee, Kim Tae-ri, Ha Jung-woo, and Jo Ji-nung. The critic score of The Handmaiden was 7.68. The number 11 film was a 2013 movie that was directed by another director that's probably the most well-known of Korean movies, Snowpiercer. The director was the one and only Bong Joon-ho, who not only directed the 4-time Oscar winner Parasite, but also Okja, Mother, The Host, and Memories of Murder, all amazing must-watch movies. This sci-fi film had mostly non-Korean actors, but also 2 incredible Korean actors as well. The cast includes the likes of Chris Evans, Song Kang-ho, Ed Harris, John Hurt, Tilda Swinton, Jamie Bell, Octavia Spencer, Erin Brenner, Allison Pill, and Kwa Sung. The critics' rating of Snowpiercer was 7.75. With only 10 movies left, which films were rated the highest by the critics? Let's get right into the top 10 list. The number 10 Korean movie that had the highest critic score was the 2013 film The Berlin Fire. Directed by Ryu Seung-wan, who was mentioned earlier for his film Veteran, The Berlin Fire had the actors and actresses Ha Jung-woo, Han Seok-kyu, Ryu Seung-bum, Chun Ji-yeon, and Lee Kyung-young, and the critic score of the film was 7.89. At number 9 was another crime movie which was released in 2010, The Unjust. The director of this movie was the same director that was just mentioned in the number 10 spot, Ryu Seung-wan. Starring the likes of Hwang Jung-min, Ryu Seung-bum, Yoo Hae-jin, Chun Ho-jin, and Ma Dong-seok aka Don Lee, The Unjust had a critics rating of 7.91. The number 7 spot was another tie. Two movies had the same score of 8. First, an older film that was directed by Pejong, who also did Fabricated City. Welcome to Dongmakgol. This movie starred the likes of Chung Jae-young, Shin Ha-gyun, and Kang Hae-jung. The other number 7 movie was another older film directed by the legendary Bong Joon-ho, The Host. The Host is a must-watch if you love action/thriller/SF/adventure movies. As with other Bong Joon-ho's works, the genre of The Host is hard to pinpoint as it has so many elements to it. The Host had the cast lineup of Song Kang-ho, Byun Hee-bong, Park Hae-il, Bae Doo-na, and Go Ha-sung. Next, the number 6 spot was the 2017 release film, 1987, When the Day Comes. Directed by Chang Jun-hwan, who's responsible for other directorial works such as Hwae, A Monster Boy, and Save the Green Planet. 1987 When the Day Comes had the actors Kim Yoon-suk, Ha Jung-woo, Yoo Hae-jin, Kim Tae-ri, Park Hee-sun, and Lee Hee-jun. The critic's score was 8.08. And now, the top 5. The number 5 highest critically rated movie was 2018 crime thriller Dark Figure of Crime. This film was directed by Kim Tae-gyun, who also directed Spring Snow and was the assistant director of Say Yes. Dark Figure of Crime was based on true events, which makes it that much more interesting. The movie featured the jaw-dropping acting performance of Chu Ji-hoon, as well as Kim Yoon-suk and Shin Sung-gyu. The critics' rating of Dark Figure of Crime was 8.14. The number 4 film on the list of top Korean movies by critics' ratings was one of the best Korean horror/thrillers, The Wailing. Directed by the same director of the number 16 movie, The Chaser, Na Hong-jin, The Wailing does an incredible job at giving you the chills, both with its story and with the acting by its cast. The cast lineup includes Kwak Do-won, Hwang Jung-min, Kumi Nora-jun, Chun Woo-hee, and Kim Hwan-hee. The critic score was 8.18. The third most highly critically rated movie out of South Korean cinema was the 2009 film that was brought to us once again by Bong Joon-ho, Mother. Mother is a mystery crime film that has one of the best twists of Korean movies. I highly recommend if you haven't checked it out. The film stars the likes of Kim Hye-ja, Won Bin, Jin-gu, and Yoon Jae-moon. The critics' rating of Mother was 8.25. And now, only 2 movies left. Which movie came second to the highest rated movie by critics? The number 2 spot goes to the oldest movie of this list, Oldboy. Oldboy was directed by the same director of the number 12 film, The Handmaiden, Park Chan-wook, and this is probably one of the most recognized Korean movies out of the entirety of Korean cinema. This must-watch Korean film starred the likes of Choi Min-sik, Yoo Ji-tae, Kang Hae-jung, Kim Byung-ho, and Oh Dal-soo. Another movie with a great twist. The critic score was recorded at 8.5. And finally, the number 1 critically rated movie out of Korean cinema. Which Korean movie was acclaimed the highest by the critics? The number 1 movie that had the highest critics ratings was the film that won Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, Best International Film, and Best Directorial Work at the Oscars, Parasite. Directed by the great Bong Joon-ho, who appeared a total of 4 times in this list, Parasite has an amazing cast of Song Kang-ho, Lee Sung-gyun, Cho Ye-jung, Choi Woo-sik, Park So-dam, Lee Jung-eun, and Chang Hae-jin. This film has changed the game for Korean movies as it's given Korean cinema the spotlight it has deserved for the longest time. Definitely very proud of the film and its accomplishments, and a definite must-watch if you haven't seen it. The critics' rating of Parasite was a whopping 9.06. That concludes today's video of top Korean movies by critics' ratings. Thank you to everyone that watched till the end, and if you have other requests of Korean movie related videos, please leave them in the comments down below. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and to show me your support in EonTalk as well as Korean movies in general. Lastly, join the EonTalk Patreon if you would really like to show me your support in the content I create. Once again, thank you to everyone that watched till the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one.